Welcome back to Crime Chronicles. Today we take a look at new information about an attempted hit on Gerry The Monk Hutch, which took place on Lanzarote across the New Year period of 2015. Stay tuned as we look at how the veteran gang boss trusted his gut and managed to avoid more than one attempt on his life. It's been reported that the Kinahan cartel attempted to kill Gerry The Monk Hutch twice in 24 hours on Lanzarote. The gang tried to kill Hutch, who is now 61, in a hit right at the start of the bloody feud that has now left 18 men dead, and went for him again the very next day, sources have revealed. The first hit was attempted on the Canary Islands on New Year's Eve of 2015, in an incident that massively increased tensions between the Hutch and Kinahan mobs. It is understood that the cartel enlisted and paid a Dublin woman who vaguely knew Hutch to try and establish exactly when he would arrive on Lanzarote after Christmas. This woman, who has links to the Kinahans, phoned Hutch as part of an attempted deception to try and get information from him, but her call ultimately raised his antenna. 2 gunmen were then dispatched, along with the woman, to track his movements on the island. Just minutes before his would-be killers tried to make their move, Hutch and his wife bumped into the Dublin woman, who he already suspected was trying to double-cross him. This put the veteran criminal on high alert. He relocated to another pub, and shortly afterwards, 2 suspicious men entered the premises. Hutch spotted them coming in and hid behind friends as they searched the busy pub before the men eventually left. Crucially, Hutch recognized one of the gunmen. It had been reported that Gerry was able to slip out of the pub when the gunman entered. Apparently, that's not true. The hitmen didn't have their guns out, but they stood out in their baseball caps and were searching the pub and the bathrooms for someone. Gerry spotted them and he managed to hide. They left first, not Gerry. This is according to a Hutch family associate. But now sources close to Hutch have revealed that the gang, including 2 hitmen and a woman who knew the Dubliner and helped betray him, went back to kill him again after their failed first effort. The next afternoon, on New Year's Day, undeterred by the threat to his life, Hutch was out and about on the Sunshine Island enjoying a drink. Sources close to the monk, who last year was acquitted of the February 2016 murder of Kinahan cartel associate David Byrne at the Regency Airport Hotel in North Dublin, told how the cartel tried to hit him again the next day, but he recognized one of the would-be gunmen. There is a horseshoe of pubs on Lanzarote, and he saw this man again, scanning the area. Gerry knows he can't outrun a bullet, so he walked close to this man, with a bottle in his hand, ready to make a move if he produces a gun. He never did. Comically, it appears the would-be assassin had very bad eyesight, and he just didn't notice Gerry because he was so close to him. Soon after, the 2 men left the island, as did the woman who tried to set Gerry up. The murder bids came just months after the cartel had killed his nephew, Gary, on Spain's Costa del Sol, despite the monk's effort to hammer out a peace deal. Gary Hutch had been a close ally of mob boss Daniel Kinahan, but the pair fell out and the monk's nephew tried to kill his former friend in Marbella in August of 2014. The Kinahans investigated the incident and concluded Gary and a close associate were behind the attack. Gary Hutch fled the area in fear of his life, but it has now emerged that the monk took part in a peace conference with him in early 2015. The meeting happened in southern Spain and the monk oversaw an agreement in which Daniel Kinahan and Gary Hutch shook hands and agreed to a substantial financial settlement. Gerry then left the 2 men alone to sort out their differences. Whatever the 2 men discussed is not known, but the beef mustn't have been resolved, as Gary Hutch was shot dead by a Kinahan gunman as he ran for his life near Estepona in southern Spain in September of 2015. The killing of Gary Hutch is seen as being the catalyst that kicked off the Hutch-Kinahan feud, which has resulted in multiple acts of violence and at least 18 deaths. Members of the Hutch gang were blamed for an attempted hit on Daniel Kinahan in West Dublin in November of 2015, which the cartel kingpin survived. The cartel then tried to murder the monk in Lanzarote on New Year's Day 2016, before the Hutch gang hit on a plan to wipe out their rivals. They sent a hit team to the Regency on February the 5th of 2016, in a bid to kill Kinahan and other cartel leaders. The gunmen, including 3 fake police officers, missed Kinahan by seconds, but got David Byrne, not their intended target. That murder led to a ferocious revenge onslaught by the Kinahans, and left 18 men dead. Gerry Hutch was later charged with the murder of David Byrne, but was acquitted by the non-jury Special Criminal Court last April. It is understood that there have been other half-baked attempts by the Kinahans to murder the patriarch of the Hutch family, both in Dublin and Lanzarote. Many of these plans never got further than the stages of trying to enlist killers, often addicts who owed a drug debt to the cartel. Not the most reliable of people. According to a well-placed security source, it's been a good 12 months for the Hutch organised crime gang since Gerry walked free. The feud is stable and calm for now, though it could kick off at any moment. The police are prepared for that, though there's no intelligence to suggest it is about to. Maybe the Kinahans have too much to worry about following announcements of multi-million-dollar bounties for their arrest and ongoing efforts to extradite them from Dubai. The threat level against the monk's brother Patsy, as well as all members of the Hutch family and their criminal associates, has also significantly reduced. Patsy, named by a judge in the Special Criminal Court as potentially organising the Regency Hotel murder of David Byrne, no longer has 24-hour police protection outside his North Inner City home. Meanwhile, it's been revealed that members and close associates of the Hutch organised crime group are no longer on a protection regime in Wheatfield Prison. Hutch has lived his life openly and to the full, both in his native Dublin and his adopted home of Lanzarote in Spain. The lifestyle he enjoys is in stark contrast to that of mob boss Daniel Kinahan, who now lives in relative isolation in Dubai. On April 11th of 2024, the monk celebrated his 61st birthday in Lanzarote, quietly with his family. He lives freely on the Spanish island, and when he returns to Dublin, he also takes his own private security measures. The threat to his life by the Kinahan cartel is now much reduced, compared to the height of the Hutch-Kinahan feud, security sources have confirmed. But Hutch, known for relying on his instincts and a cautious nature, still takes no chances and is conscious of his own personal safety. He did, after all, survive 2 murder attempts in Lanzarote by trusting his instincts. Thank you for joining us today on Crime Chronicles. Don't forget to comment, like, and share the channel with your friends.